listening to episode 4 of Couples Cast here on the Couples Play YouTube channel. I am Gianni.
I'm not here. Okay, I'm Melanie.
What did you say? I'm not here?
Yeah, I was just trying to mix things up a little bit.
Actually, I'm remembering that now from South Park, the one that Jennifer Aniston was on. Like, who's not here? I'm not here. Who's that?
I can't believe I did that.
Me.
Cool.
Anyways, this is episode 4. First off, updates to the channel. We are still trudging along on Justice League Heroes. We've posted a couple of one-offs. We had a game of Peggle, which I almost won. I know I'm kind of spoiling for...
Yeah, well, you get to...
Yeah, I'm kind of spoiling for people that didn't watch it, but, you know... Kind of won. And then we had a few goes at Tetris Splash on the 360. Basically, we were just running through games on the Xbox Live to play against each other.
Yeah. I'm still not getting the hang of a lot of the games, but
yeah,
practice makes perfect.
As we mentioned before, you're more of a PC gamer than a...
Yeah. I don't really got much games on my Steam. I only got 4.
Oh, I've got like 57, so we're good
No
there.
kidding, and I can't play them.
Well, you might be good at some of the Steam games we'll eventually get to.
Well, if you already got the achievements too, then I won't feel guilty.
Yeah. Well, we actually are starting up playing a new, going through another game that should be up hopefully beginning Monday or over the weekend. I'm not sure. It depends on how long it takes me to edit them and how long it takes to put them up.
Yep.
But we are actually all caught up on Justice League. We actually finished it.
About effing time. It was pissing us both off.
Yeah, we all the parts are uploaded, but we're gonna take our time and just kind of spread them out and then try to put some filler in between the weeks there. Mm-hmm. So yeah, let's start off. First topic, like we mentioned last week, we are going to be watching a video game movie a week and doing a review on it. And I thought this time we would pick one that I've seen a million times, one of my favorite movies, and actually I kind of spoiled it in the title card of last week's episode, Mortal Kombat. Now, you actually never saw the whole thing beginning to end, right?
Yeah.
Until today.
Yeah.
But you actually have seen Mortal Kombat Annihilation all the way through.
A few times, and honestly, it's shit.
Yeah. Okay, what were your impressions? As someone who had only primarily watched Annihilation and never watched the original, what did you think of it?
I thought it was the better representation of the franchise.
It's probably one of the...
Although, it was kind of funny considering the fact that it's been a while since I've seen the Highlander games and seeing the guy doing Raiden with that voice, and I'm like, oh my god.
It's just called Highlander, not Highlander games. You're thinking about what happens in Nova Scotia, or the guys in the kilt huck the logs and shit.
Well, you've never seen the Highlander games.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Scottish thing. They chuck shit, right?
Yeah, but it's not just in one place. It's everywhere in the Maritimes they do it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean...
I'll
explain later to you
offcast. Yeah, Christopher Lambert is Raiden in this.
Yeah.
And has, the gargly voice and all that everyone loves.
That wispy voice, whatever it is.
And I always laugh because if you're not subscribed to CinemaSins on YouTube, it's a site where they do a series called Everything Wrong with X Movie in X minutes or less. Basically, it's just it goes over continuity errors, plot point, holes in the plot.
Yeah.
And then he'll throw in little jokes, references to people's other movies. So when... there's a point in the movie where Liu Kang is talking with Raiden about going to the tournament, and when the monks are just like, he's not ready, we must find someone else, and he says, there is no one else. And on the CinemaSins video, he goes, oh, does that mean you're telling me there can be only one? Love it.
It's not like they couldn't help it.
Yeah, so I will say the casting was really well done. Minus, I can't remember the girl's name, Maybe Bridget Nelson. No, that's the girl from Rocky IV.
Just name the person who.
She was She was a teacher.
Character.
She was a teacher in Billy Madison. The actress who played Sonya Blade. Didn't really care for her all that much.
Yeah, she was a little uptight.
Yeah, but I loved Robin Show as Liu Kang as actually kind of like his first. I think it's his first like major. It was his first major role, his first major, theatrical role, because he had done a bunch of other just like B Z grade movie, kung fu movies, mostly with Cynthia Rothrock. There's a couple of reviews out there.
Don't know who that girl is, Cynthia.
Oh, she's basically the female version of Chuck Norris. She's just like a martial artist who can't really act all that well, but does her own stunts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's say an American Michelle Yeoh. You know who Michelle Yeoh is, right?
Yeah, I think
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Tomorrow Never Dies.
Oh, okay.
I think she was better known. Like, she came out with Super Cop. I think it was one of the dubbed Jackie Chan movies that came out. I can't remember which one it was, but
all right.
Everyone did a really good job on this, and I forgot to IMDb the guy's name, Shang Tsung. Love it. He's such a good actor.
Yeah, he's a really good Shang Tsung / villain actor.
I'm going to ask you, what did you think of Goro? How they did him? Because it's mostly puppet. It's a giant puppet, basically.
But
it
was well done. I couldn't even tell if I was thinking it was like stop motion
animation.
Animation.
Well, funny you say that is that Goro and Kitaro and Shiva and Motaro, the animal characters of the more non-human characters of Mortal Kombat, they are actually claymation. They are actually stop motioned.
I think I knew that. I knew that about Goro. Whatever it's pronounced.
Goro.
Goro. God damn my pronunciation. Anyway, I knew it was about him, but all the other characters? No, I didn't. That was new to me.
Yeah. Well, the thing I really like about Mortal Kombat, and the funny thing is that this movie came out in 95. This is 2 decades old now. This movie still holds up. It's still a great film as far as like, adaptation of a video game. It follows it with taking a little bit of liberations. It's basically the story of Mortal Kombat 1, where Raiden leads, mortals from Earthrealm to defend their honor in Mortal Kombat. Should the Realm of Outworld win, that's their 10th victory in Mortal Kombat, and then they take over. That was the plot of the first game, which not a whole lot, at the time, not a whole lot of people realized, because you go in, you see Mortal Kombat, you just throw your quarter in, pick a character, and go off it. You don't even think about the story. You think about it when you beat the game. You don't
take it seriously. You just want to finish the game.
Yeah, and you want to pull off the cool fatalities.
Yeah.
And that's one thing a lot of people have a big gripe about the movie, is that because of its rating, it's rated PG-13. Very, very, very minimal blood. Not a lot of gore, if at all any. And that's what Mortal Kombat was based around, was lifelike characters, and then when you get to finish him, you pull the head off, or you pull the heart out, or you freeze him to death. Or you do
something really, that was the only thing about the movie. They allowed Sub-Zero do pretty much what most of his abilities.
Yeah, just the freezing stuff.
Not
the ripping the head with the spine dangling out.
Yeah, they did the body breaking apart in ice. That was probably the only thing. But I don't really. That wasn't exactly gruesome.
And what I really found funny is that besides the very first fight, like the taste of things to come, with Mortal Kombat and that random, or not Mortal Kombat, it was Sub-Zero and that random enemy. Basically, we're gonna have a sparring match, and then the guy was just like, doing like his warm up, and all the while Sub-Zero's back here and he's charging up his ice bolt, and then as soon as the guy goes rushing in, he freezes him, he shatters into pieces, and then Shang Tsung's like, flawless victory. That's the only time in the movie that they use flawless victory correctly. Because you know what flawless victory is as far as the game goes, right?
Yeah.
When you win a round without taking 1 bar of damage. And at other points in the movie, it's clear people get hits on other people.
Yeah.
And it's still Shang Tsung or Liu Kang says flawless victory. I'm like, when these people are like, when they say flawless victory, I was just like, I think the line you're going for is fatality, because Goro kills the made-up character Art something or other, the black guy. He kills him, and then Shang Tsung takes his soul. And then, spoiler alert, when Liu Kang defeats Shang Tsung and hits him on the pit spikes, he should have said fatality instead of flawless victory. Because I'm pretty sure Shang Tsung got a few hits on you there, buddy. What they got kind of found funny too about the movie is that you were asking about Goro's voice, and who were you comparing it to?
I said he sounded familiar, but I couldn't remember who.
No, you said you mentioned a name. What was it?
I really don't remember right off the bat.
I'm trying to give you a physical hint.
Dr. Claw?
Dr. Claw. She thought he sounded like Frank Welker, and I'm like, no, Goro isn't voiced by Frank Welker, but wait until the end. Because the ending is everyone gathering back on Earthrealm, and one of the temples being destroyed, and then you see Shao Kahn. And he's voiced by Frank Welker doing his, Dr. Claw voice. And he's just like, you weak, pathetic fools, I've come for your souls. And catch it!
Well, here's the thing. Goro, really, the way he laughed, it really sounded like reminded me of Dr. Claw. That was the thing.
When he laughed? I don't think Goro laughed at all.
Well,
I think he just growled.
He did some kind of grunt or growl or whatnot. I couldn't tell what...
That's a majority of Goro's lines in that movie, is him growling, going...
Well, there was the tone of his voice that sounded almost Dr. Claw-ish.
Yeah, it sounded close to that.
Yeah, but it was an easy mistake.
Yeah, so... Overall, if you haven't seen it yet, I mean, everyone who's listening to this podcast have had to have seen Mortal Kombat once in their life. Watch that and forget every other series. Maybe exception of Legacy, the Machinima series, which I haven't watched yet. Maybe that's something that we can pop on the YouTube and watch, because I know they actually got that actor to play Shang Tsung in Season 2. And Season 1, I know, is... the only people I know that are in it for sure is Michael J. White, who was Spawn.
Okay.
He is Jax. And Jerry Ryan is Sonya Blade in this.
Okay.
Jerry Ryan.
Oh, no, that was just rumored a long time ago. I never actually.
That was a teaser. That was a proof of concept that they were pitching to people, saying, "Hey, we could do another Mortal Kombat series." And then some company picked it up, and Machinima ran it on their YouTube channel.
I didn't realize they had actually went through with it.
Yeah, well, all the episodes are on there, so that's something we could probably review. But I think I got an idea what the next movie we're going to review is. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Mortal Kombat, go pick it up if you haven't already. I mean, there was a Blu-ray release a couple years ago when Mortal Kombat 9 was released on 360 and PS3.
Find that.
Well, the point for the Blu-ray anyway was if you got it, you could get MK1 skin of Jade. But I ended up getting a season pass because I ended up buying the game used for like $10 somewhere. So I got everything already on the hard drive, so it was no bother. I mean, I don't have the PS3 version where you get to play as Kratos because I really don't care about console exclusive characters. If I did, I would have gotten the PS3 version.
Would have been just better if you were able to play them all on the one console.
And again, like I said, my final thoughts on Mortal Kombat. I really liked it because it actually took the story of the game, tweaked it a little bit for a theatrical movie for that length, but it actually worked out to its benefit. I wish more movies would do that.
Story.
Yeah, and I wish more video game adaptation movies would do that. I mean, they can also be original. I mean, there's one that we have on our Blu-ray shelf there that we actually went and saw in theaters, and we'll review eventually. We'll mention it here. Stay tuned. All right, so let me ask you, if you were to get an iPhone 5S, which is the newest iPhone that's out right now, how long would you think a time would be until you would warrant Apple to release another one?
Honestly, the only thing Apple I got is my iPod, and that's
Well, let's say it's the fact that if you didn't have your S4 Mini, your Samsung S4 Mini, let's say if you had an iPhone 5S instead, and you're one of those types of people that has to get everything, what's the perfect time frame for you to say, you know what, I've had this since it launched, I'm ready to get the next one? How long?
My birthday, I guess.
So you're saying, the 4S came out, or sorry, the 5S came out in October of last year.
Well, it's either my birthday or Christmas time.
All right, so I'll give it about a year. How does 6 months sound better than that?
What?
Or 9 months. Sorry. Now these are just rumors right now, and I should know because I work for. I'm not going to say what company I work for, but I work for a company that deals with cell phones and smartphones. And now this is just rumor because we haven't gotten anything official in my channels, but apparently rumors are going around that Apple is going to be ready to announce and release an iPhone 6 in June. That's way too soon. I mean, the iPhone 5S was just released. You okay there?
Yeah, still gassy.
Okay, so the iPhone 5S was released in announced late September, early October. Since the 4S a couple years ago, Apple has been announcing and releasing a new iPhone every year.
Yeah. Since
Jobs died. And it's been lately that they've been pushing Apple products like crazy. I mean, every
pushing
3
it
months.
out of their ass.
Well, that's the point is that they're releasing quote unquote new products when they're not that new, just to try and stay ahead and stay relevant. I mean, Samsung. To be fair, Samsung does the same exact thing.
But they actually make them better.
Yeah, I mean, they have more improvements, and they're actually trying to innovate too with that Samsung Gear.
Well, I do love my cell phone, but it's just that the problem is I've been charging it almost twice daily. But that's because I use it quite a lot.
Well, yeah, that's a point. If you use it a lot, if you have the Wi-Fi on, you're going to be using the battery a lot.
Yeah. I mean, that's the only drawback. The way I used to have my phone was I charge it up, it's good for the week. But nowadays it's not because you got more options to put programs on there. You can actually it's almost like your pocket computer, pretty much, and all that. So speaking of computers,
that's a lot. That's what I tell the customers of the company I work for. Then they call in and they ask why these phones act the way they do and why they act all funny and all that. And I'm just like, well, listen, your old flip phone that could barely do the stuff that these phones can do now, it lasted longer because of that. I mean, basically, we are carrying miniature computers in our hands.
Yeah.
And they tend to break. I mean, a computer can break no matter for any number of reasons. Now, my high school teachers always said that there's no such thing as computer errors, only human error. I think that's a load of shit because there's a lot of things that go wrong in a computer. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in a computer that you can't control. You can attempt to fix, but it's completely out of your control. It will just happen.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, especially with your computer.
Times.
I just think with it's way too soon for Apple to even consider that. I think they're considering that. It's just because of all the devices that all the other companies constantly release. But that's the thing. These other companies have to try and keep it step up. Everyone gets an iPhone because it's the cool hip phone.
Yeah.
And all the other companies like Nokia and Samsung and Sony are like really pushing their devices to come out to compete, and in some respects actually kind of blow Apple out of the water because they can do a lot of other stuff. I mean, they had that near field communication, which you have on your phone. I don't on mine because I'm a Samsung Galaxy 2 and you've got a 4 Mini.
Okay.
Do you know? Did the guy explain to you what near field communication is, right?
I barely remember.
All right, well, near field communication basically, it's just the wave of the future now. Let's see if I had an S4 Mini and I had my near field on. Let's say I wanted to share a playlist with you. All I'd have to do is touch your phone.
Now I remember.
And it would transfer over.
Okay. Yeah, I turned that off. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, well, it's not really that prominent in our city yet, but it's coming. I mean, it's going to be a way for you to actually link your bank account to it.
Oh, so instead of do that.
Instead of carrying a debit card or credit card around, you have an app. You open it up, and if a store supports near field communication, and then be like, okay, your total is $71.25. There you go.
Yeah,
all done.
I can
just touch
see
it.
a lot of problems happening with that, and I just don't trust that idea.
Well, it's all...
Call me old-fashioned, but I prefer debit cards and stuff like that, and I don't like the idea of having everything on my phone.
Well, even debit cards...
If someone steals it, everything's gone.
On your phone?
Well, here's the thing. Everything, like, you worked your ass off. If you have easy access to it on your phone, someone can actually take that information and make you flat broke.
Yeah, but here's the thing, too, is that all telecom companies now have this thing called an IMEI blacklist. Now, IMEI is the security code, a serial number, if you will, for your phone. Basically, now how it works is if you lose your phone, you call your company right away, tell them you lost it. They put what's called a lost stolen block on your account, which means no communication can be sent or received from that device. Okay. And they also have a blacklist, so they'll look through your system, find out what phone you had, pick up your serial number, and they'll be like, okay, we just blacklisted that. That phone will never be able to be used on any network ever because it gets sent to a national list. Yeah. So this is a much higher security measure in place now.
I'm glad that they have higher security. I just I don't want to have too much information on my phone, so that's why I'm not getting those bank apps at all. It just doesn't settle right with me. So,
well, the thing with the bank apps, you're still required to sign in. It doesn't save that information. Like with my bank app, it has. Now I'm just going to show her off here. So yeah, I open up my banking app, right? Mm-hmm. So all that's in there is my card number, and it doesn't even show my card number. It just shows the first 4 and the last 4 digits, and then I put in my password, and then I hit sign on. I have to do that every single time I access it.
Yeah, okay.
And I have to physically sign out too every time I don't want to use it. So I know you're a little fearful, but trust me, it's just things like this are safe. All right, I'm gonna get off me bitching about the iPhone 6 to talking about cell phone security.
You're explaining things that are related to cell phones, so I guess it's somewhat related to iPhones, but not quite.
Basically, unless Apple does something drastically different with the iPhone 6, it's not worth it. I mean, it's going to come out in October for sure. Like, they do this clockwork. September comes around, they have a keynote, they talk about their iTunes and what they want to do with it, and then they show off some fancy new device, and it's always an iPhone. And then they explain, it does this better than the iPhone 5S. And then they go, all right, thanks for coming out. See you next year when we announce the iPhone 6S. Bye. Okay. Which they don't really do, but they should technically do that. It's like, come on, we all know what's coming. You're not surprising anyone, really. Anyway, yeah, so we'll move on to another topic here. I know I had this one written down, but more info coming out about Super Smash Brothers on Wii U and 3DS. Sweet. Mostly it's about the mechanics and how it sounds like Sakurai is listening to the fighting game community and the people that play this at Apex and all those fighting game tournaments. Is that they listen to people that mod the game, and like with the Project M, he's actually putting in now a mechanic where you cannot camp on a corner like you could before in other Smash games. If you got knocked off and you managed to grab the corner, you could camp there for a while until you found a prime opportunity to attack your opponent. So now apparently there's going to be a grab cancel where they actually show a screenshot of Mario breaking a cancel, or Link breaking a cancel on Mario. So it looks pretty interesting. It looks like it's going to get way more competitive than before.
And going to make it a little more trickier. Well,
yeah, people are going to... I know some people are going to have to up their strategy quite a bit.
Yeah.
Now, there's also a rumor, too, that... I can't remember the girl's name. Pantalina? She's the lead in the Kid Icarus game. She may be a playable character, or maybe assist trophy.
That angel lady who gave Pit the bow
in the Subspace Emissary cutscenes. Yeah.
Okay, she's a beautiful character.
Yeah, it's interesting. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah. Well, we could talk a little bit about Smash. Out of all the character, or how do you think it's looking from all the stuff you've seen? I mean,
I haven't really seen much. All I've really seen was the trailer that they showed Mega Man in, so that everyone was going, yeah!
Did you see the other trailer? I'm pretty sure I showed you...
I haven't seen anything else since that. I mean...
You were watching the Nintendo Direct with me when we were watching the Mario Kart, possible Mario Kart level?
Yeah, but I came in when you were watching that, so I don't know if I missed anything beforehand.
Alright, well...
I might have missed it.
Well, basically, it started off, it looked like it was a trailer for Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Which they actually fooled people. It actually fooled me. I thought that it was an announcement trailer for Mario Kart 8, and that they were going to put Kirby in the game because he showed up riding his Warp Star. And I'm like, that would be pretty cool. Don't give Kirby a card. Give him the Warp Star. Same abilities, whatever, as the cards, but yeah. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, another star showed up, which is
Rosalind
and Luma from Mario
Galaxy.
Super Mario Galaxy, yeah. Other characters, you saw the initial trailer with Mega Man, so you know that the villager from Animal Crossing has been invited, and the Wii Fit trainer.
Yeah.
As a character.
Now, apparently what I heard about the villager, if you're actually playing the game, they can actually import your character into it. Now, we don't even know if that's actually official, but I'm pretty sure it's just a default.
They're thinking as something as like something transferable between the 3DS and the Wii U version.
That's what I've heard, but how are they going to do that?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure about that. Like, I'm not really a fan of Animal Crossing anyway. I was trying to think of the other... Oh, yeah, they've announced King Dedede as another playable character. Kirby's villain. And... I'm trying to remember the other ones there. Well, they showed an assist trophy for someone called Ashley, and apparently she's in like a haunted dungeon. I can't remember all that. That's probably the game that's going to get us a Wii U right now. I want to play Bayonetta 2, and I want to play Wonderful 101 and a bunch of other games. So I'm just trying to think of the other games that are out right now or that are coming out. I know I want to play Super Mario 3D World, and I want to play... I'm not too crazy about New Super Mario Bros. U, because that's the same game as the one on the Wii. Actually getting into the fan hacks of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. We actually have one that's called Old Super Mario Bros. Wii, which is they've redone... The overall map is exactly the same, but the worlds themselves are recreations of classic Mario levels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so instead of the generic level from New Super Mario Bros. Wii, it's World 1-1 of Mario Bros.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is so nostalgic.
That's something we might be able to play on a couples play eventually.
Who knows?
Yeah. Well... I'm gonna peruse another topic here, but do you have anything anything you really want to talk about tonight? It's basically mostly my topics today.
Not that I really know of, honey. I mean, I know last week I said I was gonna do a video and post it sometime this week, but unfortunately I've tried it twice and it didn't exactly work the way I was hoping. So I might have to get you to help me out with that later. But that's.
I'm the one that shovels out the videos around here lately, apparently.
Oh, yeah. I'm hoping to do sometime is every time I go to see a movie with either friends or family, if it's not you related, I'll do my best to put up a video, like less than 5 minutes, and my thoughts of it, and odds and ends, like I did the other week when I went to see Saving Mr. Banks. I really enjoyed that movie. It really captured what my mom and I remembered back in the days when Disney was on CBC, and good old Walt Disney would be would be shown right before the movie, and he would introduce it to us. Tom Hanks really captured what Mom and I remembered, and seeing my mom getting right into the music, and she was singing right to the singing right with it. I was just trying my best to keep my giggling down in the movie theaters, considering I was just laughing at my mother looking so cute.
I don't remember. I watched Wonderful World of Disney, but I never remember Walt ever opening everything. It was mostly Michael Eisner, the owner of Disney at the time.
Yeah, well, back in the 80s, they did the rerun, so later on, they changed it to the the former CEO of the company.
Wasn't that Walt's son?
No, Walt Disney did not have any sons. He had 4 daughters. So, technically, it might have been an in-law or grandson. So... that's what I remember right off the bat. I might have to look it up and then verify this later, so... Uh-oh. What?
I just started thinking about when Bart and Lisa and The Simpsons went to Itchy and Scratchy Land, and they had, I can't remember the name of the creator, but they were pretty much portraying him as... Walt Disney style character, because basically Itchy and Scratchy Land was their version of Disney World, and it was the little black and white show is talking about he's like, he was loved by almost all the peoples of the world, except in 1953 for his controversial cartoon Nazi Supermen Are Our Superiors. It's like, what?
Okay.
But then
it also reminds me of another episode that they tricked the kids into thinking they were going to Disneyland but they went to the dentist instead. That was funny and cruel at the same time.
Oh, when the kids when they shipped them off to military school. I mean, like,
yeah.
I'd be careful, Marge and Homer. This is the type of thing that scars children, and then when they get older, they slit your throats in your sleep.
Ooh, that's...
Oh, good lord. Actually, I haven't gotten a response back, but I tried to make a friend of ours laugh on Twitter. As time of this recording, there's a kind of a big snowstorm coming. Not a huge one like we got in December, like the ones we got in December, but still pretty significant, especially in the Boston area. I was watching local Boston dudes.
I was watching
freaking
a little bit
out.
of that too.
It's like, be calm, we're getting 1.5 inches of snow. Later tonight, probably 3. Stay indoors. The part that got me the most is that how anchor men or anchor women emphasize on like the most trivial stuff. Now, I mean, this is pretty sad that this happened to this person, but there's this woman down in Massachusetts who doesn't have electric heat or oil heat. She heats her house by wood stove, and someone came and stole like a ton of firewood from her, stuff that was hand chopped by her and her husband. That's pretty bad. But it's like the newscaster is just like, firewood stolen from a local woman. It's like, calm down. Don't make everything a big deal as it is. That's why I like our local newscasters, because he'll tell you stuff, but he won't like emphasize on small words.
At least when At least I'm glad they don't go over energetic. They're not monotone. At least I'm glad for that, because if there was a monotone newscaster, I'd be falling asleep.
What I like about our newscaster here, Steve Murphy of
good old
CTV.
Steve Murphy.
Yeah, I've seen him on the news since I was young. He's just like the one of the guys you just walk around and talk to.
I've actually seen him before in person, so
yeah,
he's a nice guy.
I've never actually met any news reporters in life. It doesn't matter.
I meant local politicians before, but that's anything bigger than that.
All right, anyway, moving on. Question. If you wanted to develop a mobile game, or any game, would you want to focus it around candy? Or perhaps some type of epic saga?
Depends.
Well, you can't anymore unless you want to pay the King publisher any money, because they have gone and trademarked the word candy for anything video game related and clothing related. What? King is the company that publishes and distributes Candy Crush Saga, the new sensation, the new addictive game that has pretty much dethroned Angry Birds. Now, I've seen people addicted to this game at my workplace.
I don't even play the game, so...
I've only played the game today as research for this topic, because I thought this was like so ludicrous and so stupid. So I play it. It's a Bejeweled ripoff. It's basically all it is. And before you start ramming down my throat, I'm pretty sure Bejeweled ripped something else off. I don't know what, but puzzle games all rip each other off. But the fact is that it's a blatant ripoff. I mean, you have to swish stuff back and forth to line up 3 in a row. If you line up 4, you get an extra jewel that will take out other stuff. If you line up 5, you get something that will electrify other ones. It's Bejeweled. But
pretty much.
Whereas PopCap, though, they make these games and they give you the pretty sounds and colors and make you think that you're actually doing stuff when it's, like we said in the Peggle video, it's 10% skill, 90% bullshit. It takes this concept to a whole other level.
5% luck.
And here's the thing. They now have this system where it's like, we now limit to how many continues you have, and we give you these power-ups that will help you, like give you extra turns, and give you the ability to crush candies that are in your way. But you gotta pay for them. 99 cents, $1.99 here and there. It's nuts. Like, I haven't played a full playthrough, but apparently the live system, I think you get 5 in the beginning, and you lose a life when you lose a level. And basically, when you lose, you have certain moves to clear off, and there's certain objectives. But if you can't do that, then you have the option to buy more turns to keep playing and not lose a life, or you can just end the game right then and there.
That's to me to rip off.
I'm currently on 3 lives right now because I've continued a few times, but there's a clock on there too. So I'm just like, okay, so you're giving me a live system, but you're also giving me a timer, and you're counting down that timer so that it's gonna force me to say, oh, you're out of lives because you ran out of time. But if you want to pay us some money, you can keep playing. I'm just like, fuck you. This is so stupid. Okay, so. They've just filed this trademark. They've trademarked the word candy as it pertains to video games and clothing apparel. So they want to start making Candy Crush Saga t-shirts and hats and collector cups and bullshit like that.
I don't really think that's going to ever happen.
Oh, it's happened. It's been approved. Some idiot in some court somewhere approved it. So now if anyone tries to release a video game or a piece of clothing and has the word candy on it, they have King can file an appeal within 30 days and basically fuck up their lives.
Yeah, well, what if the candy companies want to do it? That's my only problem.
Well, candy, the physical candy itself, like right now I'm holding a Snickers. I don't think it says candy bar on it, but no, it is candy.
It's not. Well, it is technically a candy bar, but
it doesn't say candy on it.
I know. But
no, it says it right there in very, very tiny print. Candy bar, 52 grams.
Exactly.
250 calories, if anyone's wondering.
I've got a feeling that the candy companies for, like, the big corporations might fight this.
No. It's not going to affect actual candy companies. Like, no candy company is losing... It's not going to pay King anything for still producing their product. No. It only pertains to video games and clothing apparel.
Yeah, but what if, like, a candy company like Snickers wanted to make their own note and put their logo right on a t-shirt?
That's fine, as long as it doesn't say the word candy on it. If they want to put the Snickers logo on a brown t-shirt, which I'm pretty sure they do, they can do that. They just can't have the word candy in it, or else I'll have to pay King some money. And you know what? They can take them to court because... idiots like you, not specifically anyone listening, but if you are listening and you actually give money to this company just so you can have an extra turn on this stupid game, you're part of the problem. You're lining their pockets so that they can go to the court, buy this fucking trademark, and go, yeah, we own the word candy now. Fuck you. And now they also try to lay a claim to the word saga. So nobody can have the word saga in video game form and other medium. Because they're actually trying to take a video game that's just been released on Steam called Banner Saga. It's a turn-based tactical strategy game that's on the same lines of like Final Fantasy Tactics and Ogre Battle and games like that. That was successfully kickstarted well beyond their initial goal, and it started coming out. And I think it's going to be coming on mobile devices as well. Mm-hmm. But they're going, it's like, oh, you can't have the word Saga because we trademarked that. Like, you can't trademark.
Bullshit.
How can you trademark words that had been in the English language for thousands and thousands of years?
I mean, for crying out loud, Saga is actually originally a Norse word, so that's been around for more than centuries.
I got Thor's hammer in the closet. I can go down there and just start bopping them on the heads.
Like a V8 commercial.
That's our word. You have no right using it. It just leads me to believe that any multi-million-dollar company can go out and just like trademark a word. I mean, it's like if Rockstar went and trademarked the word theft so that no other video game could have the word theft in their game.
That is just stupid and ridiculous.
Rockstar could probably do it. They got $1 billion in like 2 days from GTA 5 sales. It could happen.
Well, let's just hope not, but that'll make things difficult for people who want to make a game with certain words in it. I mean,
well, this actually also goes back to the creator of Minecraft, Notch. Is creating a game called Scrolls, and he was actually being taken to court by Bethesda because Scrolls was being used in their Elder Scrolls game, and they think they own the word Scrolls.
But they don't technically, right?
No, they don't. Listen to me, King, and Bethesda, and any other video game company. Just because you title something doesn't mean you fucking own the word. Like,
you own the franchise, yes, but you don't own the actual words.
I mean, just because Nintendo made Super Mario Brothers, they don't own the word Super. I mean, look how many games on the Super Nintendo had the word Super in it that weren't a Nintendo product. You think Nintendo could trademark the word Super?
No,
they can't.
But you can add it to your title, and people will know what it's for. Maybe. Yeah. But that was the way it was back in the day. So if it was like a Super whatever game and it was on a Super Nintendo, then it was on a Super Nintendo. You can add it, no problem.
Yeah. But if it was this day and age, let's say like if we were looking at this now, let's say Nintendo came out with the Super Nintendo now, not with the graphical power of it now, but they just called it Super Nintendo now. Let's say they got into the console race late.
Yeah.
You think they would pull something like this, trademark the word Super? No, because Nintendo has more sense than that.
At least, thank goodness.
Anyways, I'm going to move off this topic. We're still talking about corporations. We might see a spike in viewership because of this, because I'm blatantly putting it in the tags. Hashtag XB1M13. The story leaked a few days ago that Microsoft had contacted Machinima to contact their YouTube partners to make videos using this hashtag, using this tag in YouTube videos, talking only positively, about the Xbox One from January 14th until the end of February. And if they did that, they would get a $3 increase in their CMP on YouTube. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what that is, CMP is basically a views per revenue per view.
Yeah.
Actually, I like RPV better, revenue per view. Basically, it's just how much money you get versus X amount of dollars, or X amount of views, X amount of dollars. So if you had like a CMP of or CPM of $15, let's say. I mean, that's a pretty ludicrous amount, but I don't know. Some YouTubers make this, and if your video monetized, proved monetized, no copyright material, and it's okay by YouTube to monetize and place ads, you get that $15 for every 1,000 views that you get. So basically, a lot of people are getting upset about this because they're saying that this is illegal. I mean, and the thing is too is that people who enter into this agreement can't disclose that they're part of this. But I mean, it's pretty freaking obvious now that this is leaked out. If any Machinima YouTube partners come up, thankfully, one of my favorites is not part of that. Two Best Friend Plays, or the Best Friends Zaibatsu, because they released that video that says "fuck off, Connect" because of their Fighter Within video. I mean, they said like we never got approached for that. We never got an email. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I think they came up and said, "Yeah, let's give your YouTubers some extra cash if they talk positively about the Xbox One." Oh, Matt and Pat, fuck them. They said Fire Within was a piece of shit, and they said Xbox, fuck off. The Kinect. Kinect's awesome. You can't talk shit about Kinect ever. I don't know about the Kinect 2. But yeah, so when I saw this, I took to it right away. I'm going to put a link in the description below for anyone that hasn't seen it yet. But I make a quote-unquote honest Xbox One review with this hashtag. As far as original content goes, this has probably been my most successful YouTube video. And I'm getting nothing but positive response from everyone. So if anyone's coming over from that video to here, thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. I did that completely unscripted with all the information I had. The title card is just me bug-eyed with a bottle of Mountain Dew in one hand, bag of Doritos in the other, and a fistful of 20s. Because thankfully, we have money at the house that we have to give to the mother-in-law for car repairs and car loan payment that we're paying off to her. So we had all this. I actually texted Melanie. I was just like, "You didn't send the money yet, did you?"
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I was like, "Perfect. Don't send it yet. I got an idea."
I wasn't planning on doing it until later.
No spoiler. Basically, I'm just like, I think Xbox One is the greatest console of all time. Kinect 2 is great. And I open up a Mountain Dew right there, and I eat a Dorito, and then I start making a mess of myself, and I wipe my mouth with a $20 bill.
I hope there wasn't any crumbs on that $20 bill.
It wouldn't stick on it anyway. New $20 bills are basically indestructible.
Some sort of plastic.
Yeah, it's a new plastic. Yeah, for Americans listening, you have more ways to make fun of us now. Our money is plastic and see-through now. Actually, just our 20 and 5s. Well, they haven't released a $10 bill yet, have they?
Well, they have, but I haven't gotten it yet.
Really?
Well,
yeah,
wait a minute. No, just the 5 and the 20, but they did that with the 50 and the 100s.
Yeah, they're all see-through now. They will all be see-through soon.
So the 10 still has a way to go, apparently.
And the shitty thing is that not all vending machines will accept those 20s. They actually have to design brand new vending machines to accept those bills. We have one at work that will accept the new 20 but won't accept the new 5. It's just like, what the fuck is this? And they'll send it off. And I emailed the company. I was like, you really need to reprogram that thing to accept $5 bills because we're getting to a point where that's all we're getting now. They're like, yeah, I'll work on it. Never do anything.
Can't really do much about it right now.
No. But yeah, God, I'm just looking at the title card right now. Man, my eyes are bugging out. Just like, look at all this shit I got.
You know, it was kind of funny considering you're not the type of person to like Doritos.
Hate Doritos.
I love them.
I hate it. I even spit it out at the end there. I was just like, oh god, I hate it. It's so gross. I don't like nacho stuff. I don't like nacho chips. I don't like nacho cheese. Oh god. Please tell me you haven't seen Nacho Libre a million times.
No, I refuse to watch anything Jack Black related unless it's actually
Tropic Thunder.
Okay, Tropic Thunder sounds okay. Oh. He was actually tolerable, but I actually didn't mind him in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
What? Jack Black was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Or I'm pretty sure he was.
The movie or the TV show?
The movie.
I don't think he was. The only noticeable people in that was Donald Sutherland.
I know David Arquette was in it.
David Arquette.
Because that's how he and Courtney Cox met.
No. It was Scream. Courtney Cox wasn't in Buffy.
Sorry, wrong one.
Yeah. David Arquette was in it.
And my horror comedy flicks mixed up.
Luke Perry's in it. Paul Rubens. It's actually the best part of the movie. He gets stabbed by Buffy, and he just starts going like, "Ow, ow!" And he just starts like pounding stuff, like kicking a door frame, like, "Ow, ow, 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 ow!" Love it. Oh no, we were talking about Tropic Thunder a lot at work today. Oh god, I haven't seen that movie in ages, and I love it. We talk about it on a couples play, don't we? That unexpected laughter in the movie. When the director gets blown up, and that was one for me because like the director blew up and the silence went across the theater, and then when bits of him start raining, you hear one guy go, and then everyone started laughing, and then he really lost their shit when Ben Stiller starts licking the head. He's like, corn syrup and latex, blood flavor corn syrup, but.
Oh no, I've forgotten that part.
Yeah. Anyway,
I looked away at that part and like, oh my god!
Like, he sticks it on the end of his gun. He's just like, I'm the director, and I need to get the shots, and I'm from London. And he takes it off and punts it. All right. Anyway, let's move on. We actually have a question for the Q&A section. Remember, everyone, if you want to send a question to us, there's two ways you can do it. You can go to send an email to couplescastshow@gmail.com. We'll get them there throughout the week, and then we'll answer them on air. We didn't get any this week.
Question time.
Oh, don't be ripping off Video and Arcade Top 10.
Okay, sorry.
Well, that's actually, it's letter time. It's letter time. Nicholas Pickles. And he had, yes, that was his real name.
Oh my god! Yeah, right,
No,
right. That Monty Python got.
Did you ever see? Did you ever see Video and Arcade Top 10? It was on YTV. They would have kids play Nintendo games. I remember
right off the bat.
They would have kids.
They
would have kids play Nintendo games, and they would basically read the instruction manual often, like the speed of sound is like, make sure you press A before you go up this ladder. Yeah, if you want to take a shot, make sure you press the B button. And of course, if you want to pause the game, press start. I can't talk as fast as the people on there.
That's not the video game I'm thinking.
Yeah. I'll show it to you. They were the show that blatantly ripped off Crash Man's theme from Mega Man 2 as their theme song. It's like, oh, that sounds good. You'll just go with that. So, and like I said, so yeah, couplescastshow@gmail.com is the email address to send us a question. Or you can leave a comment comment down below for the previous episode, and we'll answer it. And we have we have actually two questions and a compliment from Weight Loss NB. Who was your favorite Ninja Turtle and why? Mine was Michelangelo. Just because, like, he was like the he was just the carefree one, and also his weapon was like the easiest to make. You get like two wooden dowels. Kids, get a pencil, write this down. Here's how you make nunchucks. You get two wooden dowels. You get either chain from a bicycle or just tie it together with string. Boom, you got nunchucks. Knock your brother out with them.
Knock someone's eye out.
Then of course Donatello's weapon's easy to make too. Just get a wooden dowel, wrap some tape in the middle. Boom, you got a bow. Size little harder to do. You just buy those dollar store ones that come with ninja kit, and of course katanas. It's just two wooden dowels. Boom, you're Ninja Turtles. Who was your favorite Ninja Turtle?
I kind of like Donatello. He was pretty much the nerd of the group. But
how funny is it that he, Rob Paulson, did the voice of Raphael in the original series, and he actually does the voice of Donatello in the new Nickelodeon series.
That's an interesting change.
Yeah, it's an interesting transition.
Yeah.
All right, next question. What is your favorite retro game pickup to date? Well, I'll start with you. I pretty much know what mine is, but what's your favorite retro pickup? With the little amount that you get, but you just gotta know that I'm pretty much the collector of this little organization here. Yeah. The ones that she picks up kind of are helpful suggestions from me. It's mostly for her collection though, because she collects games just basically on a certain series.
Well, yeah, I'm just sticking to one series, not too many other things.
But from the stuff that you did get, what's been your most favorite?
I guess the fact that I actually got, let's see here. I would say that Chronicles game that we found one time that said not for resale right on the back of it, that we found one time. I thought that was interesting. Was it Chronicles or... Oh God, I can't remember which one it is.
It might be Chronicles.
It had the level editor in it.
Yeah.
That one was probably one of my favorite of all, although I have not played the game, but it's just right there in display.
Right. Mine's a toss-up right now between... trying to think here. Well, any day we went to the Gaming Edge in Amherst, Nova Scotia was a good day because we found so much stuff there. I mean, probably my favorites for that was I got Final Fantasy II for $21. That's on Super Nintendo, and you guys know Final Fantasy games on Super Nintendo are like really expensive. Although I have noticed that SquareSoft games on Super Nintendo have been dropping in price recently, on eBay at least. Probably one of my other favorites too is I found that 31-in-1 cartridge with the game converter. Basically, the game converter is what I've been looking for a long time because I've been getting a lot of Japanese imports. Yeah. I just got like a buttload of them recently for $10 plus shipping, so $20 shipping. In total, it's $20 total, and I got some pretty good games. One of them you may or may not be seeing soon. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you'll know us. But I think my ultimate find was Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers 2 on NES. I got that for $25. Now, if you guys know, any Capcom Disney game with 2 in it is like really rare because they came out in 91, 92, 93. Yeah. Long before people would consider the NES dead. So there's Chip 'n Dale 2, there's DuckTales 2, one that's escaping me right now. Those are the two big ones right now. Yeah. But the price for that on eBay, just loose, goes for about $150, $160. And the fact that I got this for $25. Now, the reason I think I got this for $25 is because a new pawn shop had opened, and I refused to ever go back there again because of the prices on their other stuff. But for this, he, I think, looked online and just saw Chip 'n Dale 1 and priced it accordingly to that, which $25 for Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers 2 is still way too much. But that was my best find. Now, the reason I don't go back there ever again is because all he does is buy game lots on eBay, and he'll up the price like tenfold. He'll basically check the VGA prices, which are the prices for games complete in box, factory sealed, that people send away to like those comic grading companies, and they come back in a plastic case. Basically, they're buying a plastic case, and then they think they can resell it for like $500, $600 because it's sealed in this case. Nobody gives a fuck about that. If people actually went out and buy that shit, I feel bad for you. And I want your job because apparently you have more disposable income than I can if you can afford that. But yeah, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers 2 is probably my ultimate find just because of like the worth of it after getting that. But like anytime I can get a game at a decent price and not have to pay full retail or ridiculous eBay prices is a pretty good find in my opinion. And third question from Weight Loss NB. Have you decided on Xbox One or PS4 yet?
I'll let you answer that one.
Yeah. No, we haven't decided on either one. Probably leaning more towards Xbox One. But I need to, number one, wait until it gets reduced in price quite a bit. And number two, when some video games actually get released for the fucking thing. Xbox One or PS4, because all that's out right now are the launch lineups and a bunch of HD... Okay, I don't even think you could call them HD remakes at this point because they were initially HD and now they're just being ported to the current gen, which is these systems.
Yeah, they're coming out more with an upgrade.
Yeah, the only thing coming out right now is Tomb Raider Definitive Collection, which I'm surprised you're not more eager to get.
Well, I probably might get it later once we get a console. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So, but the fact that I'm going to have to work my ass off for all those achievements all over again kind of pisses me off.
That's the thing, too, is that the achievement list is exactly the same. So you have to do the same bullshit on multiplayer.
There we go.
That means I'm going to have to
some
do that.
Some people like it, some people don't.
I'm going to have to do that lonely grind over and over and over again. So I better stockpile a bunch of podcasts to listen to on my day off while I do that. Because that thing took me 16 hours to do.
Yeah.
Straight, like 2 days straight of, what was the name of that game mode where you're covering the med kits?
Survival mode, I think. No,
I
don't
can't
remember right off the bat. I haven't played in a long time.
Yeah, the only difference is that, it comes with all the multiplayer Mac packs. Oh, I mean the multiplayer that nobody plays because it's so broken and boring and, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well,
it's so boring I don't want to say anything else.
Is that, the end... Pretty much whenever you achieve something and the music plays, I'm like, can you just keep it shorter?
Oh, when I was...
I mean, I like it, but it's just that it got old pretty quickly, honestly. I mean, although I didn't care much, it was driving you up the wall.
Yeah, like, I muted the TV because that music, that dun, dun, dun,
yeah,
that played
it was
every
almost
time.
Killing it for me too.
It played every time you recovered a med kit.
I would rather hear that right at the end of the match.
Yeah, I hate alerts like that, especially for, and if you've seen my video for TNA Impact, every time you reverse a move, that dun dun, that stupid guitar riff, I hate that. Anyway, comment from him. Keep the videos and podcasts coming. We definitely will.
We'll definitely do that.
Yeah. All right, I think that's it for today's episode. Unless you got anything else to add.
Well, I was going to mention Tomb Raider 2. That was my other memorable one. That was right when we were first going out, when I found my bow.
We
found it in box.
The box copy of it.
Free box. That was at a flea market, and I got the Tomb Raider 2 in box with a bow, so that came to $6 from the same vendor.
Yeah, she got herself
and I'm like, wow, I've never actually had a physical copy in box before, so it's on display with the rest of my collection.
Yeah, and it's one of those weird boxes, too.
Yeah, it's like a little...
Well, that's back in the day when...
It's almost a pyramid.
That's back in the day when PC gaming companies didn't have like a standardized system for making boxes. It just made them whatever the hell shape they wanted, and then they came up with the standard of, okay, it's got to be, this dimension by this dimension. So the boxes started to be the same, and then they just said, screw it.
They got smaller.
Yeah, just basically they're just like throwing in DVD cases. It doesn't matter. And now nobody buys physical copies of games anymore because of Steam and all their ridiculous sales. Which I gotta show you a couple of...
cheap.
After we're done the podcast here, I gotta show you a video of a really cool game on Steam that I think would make a really fun couples play if you could learn the controls.
Oh, I think I've seen a little bit over your shoulder.
Oh, really? All right, we'll end it on that there. We'll end it on that there. So, thanks everyone for listening to episode 4 of the Couples Cast. We'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, I'm Johnny.
I'm Melanie.
See you next week.